So with that said, we'll call the Urban Renewal Agency Budget Committee meeting to order for the city of Toledo at 6:06 p.m. on Tuesday, May 5th. The first item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll stand and join me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. You may be seated. Mr. Johnson, can we have a roll call, please?
Thank you. President Mix.
Here.
Director Chambers.
Here.
Director Kaufman.
Here.
Director Sylvia.
Yes, sir.
Director Burns is excused. Director Keating. Here. Director Riley. Yes. Gary Brewster. Here. Ricky Dyson.
Yeah.
Dakota McKnight Todd.
Here.
Jan Wonder Dallas.
Here.
Jonathan Mix.
Here.
Stephanie Smith.
Here.
Kim Bauman.
Here.
Rich, I am pleased to say we have a full quorum and budget committee tonight.
Thank you. We have a nearly full.
Full.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Appreciate it. The first item on the agenda for the URA Budget Committee is the election of a chair and vice chair. And this is a requirement for each of the two committees. They don't have to be the same people. It's entirely up to the committee who they choose to elect for these positions. There is also no requirement that either party be a council member versus a non-council member committee member. It can be anybody from amongst the 14 members of the budget committee. They don't have to be the same. So it doesn't have to be two council members, two non-council members. It's open to nominations of anybody that you have in mind. So with that said, we'll start with the election of chair. And I am open to any nominations that anybody would like to present.
I nominate Tracy.
Second. Somebody down there said second.
Andrew second. So we have a nomination and a second for Director Mix as the chair of the URA Budget Committee. Are there any other nominations for chair at this time?
The self-nomination, Barry?
No.
Hearing no other nominations, Mr. Johnson, do you know if we need to do it roll call or can it be a voice vote? Do you know?
I would prefer to do a roll call.
Okay, I'll turn it over to you. Go for it.
We'll start at the other end. Kim Bauman. Stephanie Smith.
Yes.
Jonathan.
Yes.
Ann.
Yes.
Dakota.
Yes.
Ricky.
Yep.
Barry.
Yes.
Director Riley.
Yes.
Director Keating.
Yes.
Director Sylvia.
Yes, sir.
Director Kaufman.
Yes.
Director Chambers.
Yes.
President Mix.
Oh, yeah.
Madam Chair, would you like to lead the selection of the vice chair or would you like me to continue? All right. So we'll open it up for nominations for vice chair. Again, there is no eligibility requirement for the role. It can be anybody from around the table other than myself.
I nominate Barry Brewster. So.
I was going to give you a second.
No, hurry up.
Mr. Brewster, do you accept the nomination? All right. We have a motion from the chair and a second from Ann Member Ellis, Learned Ellis, excuse me. Okay. Are there any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing none, Mr. Johnson.
President Mix.
Yes.
Director Chambers.
Yes.
Director Kaufman.
Yes.
Director Sylvia.
Yes, sir.
Director Keating.
Yes.
Director Riley.
Yes.
Ricky.
Yep.
Dakota.
Yes.
Ann.
Yes.
Jonathan. Stephanie.
Yes.
Kim.
Yes.
Last but not least, Barry. Sure.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Because it's me, I will just lead into the next item, which is the presentation of the fiscal year 2026-2027 URA budget message. So I think I mentioned at the training meeting, it is required by law that I read the budget messages into the record at the meeting. So I promise I'm not just trying to torture all of you. With that said, the URA budget message for the upcoming budget year dated May 5th, 2026. Members of the Budget Committee. The Toledo Urban Renewal District was formed upon adoption of the plan by the City of Toledo on August 25th, 2021 through Ordinance number 1397. The Urban Renewal Program is used to revitalize cities, reduce/eliminate blight and depreciating property values, and create a stronger economic base that increases property values and generates a return on the public investment made within the URD boundaries. URDs are governed by an urban agency, parenthetical URA, close parenthetical board. The Toledo City Council operates as the URA board with a board president. For the Toledo URD, the Toledo City Council serves as the board of directors, with the city manager serving as the URD director. Urban renewal agencies may leverage actual and projected incremental property tax revenues within a designated urban renewal district to issue debt to fund projects that achieve specified goals and objectives identified in its plan. After projects are completed and debt repaid, the taxing authority of the district is normally terminated and the tax increment taxing authority is returned to the respective taxing districts, including the City of Toledo. Alternatively, urban renewal districts may, as ours does now, take a pay-as-you-go approach to complete eligible projects as proceeds are available. Urban renewal funds are allocated by the county tax assessor due to increases in assessed value over the frozen base within the area. Fiscal year 2026-2027 will be the 5th year the district will receive tax revenue. The amount of revenue collected from the first year the amount of revenue from the first year collected was $387,297. For fiscal year 2025 through 2026, staff estimated tax revenue of $500,000. Similar to the operating budget, for the URD, we recognize the current economic climate and are thus maintaining the projection of $500,000 for fiscal year 2026 through 2027, as well as $5,000 in delinquent taxes. Therefore, the budget has been prepared on that basis. The expenditures line up with the goals of the plan and those set by the district board in their goal-setting session. Budget summary. The fiscal year 2026 through 2027 Toledo Urban Renewal District budget is $916,952. That includes projected revenues and a beginning fund balance of $396,452. As required by Oregon budget law, the budget is balanced in that revenues and expenditures are equal. The only revenues anticipated are property taxes and interest to help offset some of the inflow and infiltration we propose for the coming year, along with further investment into the public safety/civic center building and public improvements within the URD boundaries. The Toledo Urban Renewal Plan is an important tool to accomplish many of the long-term goals of the city. Sincerely, Rich Hebner, Director, Toledo Urban Renewal Agency. With that said, on page 6 of the URA budget packet is the Urban Renewal Agency proposed budget. This one is pretty simple, one page. It's available for your review, and I and the staff are available for any questions that the committee may have.
Do we want to go over this now, or do we want to move on to the next budget message and come back and deal with this at our next meeting?
So I want to clarify when you say next meeting, because this evening we have 2 different meetings. So we will adjourn the URA and start the operating budget. So are you asking next meeting tonight or next meeting in general?
It's a 1-page budget. We could simply talk about it, decide if we want to go over it and approve it, or you guys, if some of you have not seen this before and may want to look it over ahead of time.
Committee member Keating has a comment.
Yeah, I think that what we've done in the 2 years that I've been on the budget is usually we receive this, there's a chance for kind of some of the preliminary questions that come up. And typically we kind of take it home, and at the next week's meeting is when we actually do kind of the deep dive into it.
That would be more efficient.
That way we have a chance to dig in, take
Yes.
notes.
Are there any questions that any of the committee members have identified this evening that they want to bring forward?
Yeah, where's the money that we get from the mill? What's that?
That is, do you remember what the SIP stands for, Cindy? I just looked this up the other day. I just looked it up the other day. I don't remember the acronym, but it's SIP money, and that is.
Strategic Investment Program.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric. That is that's in the general operating budget. It can be transferred to the URA, but that is general operating funds.
Okay, because when I had questioned that, actually clarified the URA is funded to that as well. That's why I was wondering where it's at.
Yeah, that's up to the budget committee and ultimately the city council to transfer SIP dollars to the URA. But what we get for the URA is a straight property tax payment. Yeah.
I think in the past we chose to leave that money in the general fund because we have so much more general fund expense that we need to do. So.
Yeah. Any other questions from the committee this evening? Oh, sorry, I'm acting as if I'm the chair and that's you. Okay. Member Chambers, I see your hand.
So the only question I had on this one is, and I'm trying to put one committee hat on at a time, but I know we have $25,000 budgeted in the city's budget for abatement in the coming year. And I didn't know if abatement would be an appropriate use of urban renewal funds under the plan. But if it is, it seemed like maybe appropriating some of the public improvement funds to abatement might give us a little bit more muscle if there's abatement that's needed within the URA.
And that's in discussion with Ron Bush and our finance team as well. When we were talking about code enforcement after council's last discussion on that topic, that was exactly where we had identified that funds could come from for any projects within the URA. So great minds think alike, sir.
And so would that be under the public improvements category?
Yes, under capital outlay. Yep. So public improvements has a pretty wide definition. So that can cover any project that council identifies that's in alignment with the plan, including any code enforcement cases that fall within the URA.
Did that answer your question, Eric?
Oh, you remuted yourself, Eric.
Sorry, I think so. As long as we're able, it might be a Judy question if we're able to actually capitalize abatement, or if that is not something that's a capitalizable expense. It seems like if it's under the capital outlay, the auditors would want to see us able to capitalize it.
Well, my thinking on that is we need to double check with the experts, I think. And Rich, did you talk with Savani about it?
I have not at that granular level. I'll be happy to add that to my agenda for our meeting next week, Judy.
Well, I know that the plan allows us to buy properties and rehabilitate them and sell them.
Yes.
But just, when I think of abatement, I think of tearing down. And I don't know if that is included in the plan. It could be, the plan can be amended. So
Actually, it would be because part of the goal of the URA is to increase or to maintain property values.
And to eliminate blight.
And to eliminate blight.
I'll still add it to my agenda for my meeting with Savani next week, just in case.
I think that's a good
would
idea.
agree with the chair's interpretation.
Could you clarify the capital outlay, what they are? If you have I&I improvement, what are they? Where does that money go to?
Brian, would you like to comment on that?
Manhole rejuvenation, lining of sewer lines with cure in place, minor, it's all processes that would help.
It's amazing.
Mitigate the infiltration.
Okay. And then the public improvements is,
Public improvements is, it's a very general term for any project within the URA that meets the plan.
okay.
So that could be
That would include
anything.
the grant monies, the loan monies, and also just whatever we want to do with it.
So we do break out the business loan program separately at the bottom of the page. But any other project within the URA that meets that general goal of property, improving property values and eliminating blight can be used for those with that public improvement plan. So if council identified an acquisition of a piece of property, for example, because it's just been dilapidated and council wants to have the city acquire that parcel, do whatever remediation needs to be done, and then either retain it or sell it. The public improvement fund can be used for that. So any project that is identifiable can come out of that line item as long as it aligns with the plan.
That's not the business loan program then.
Correct.
So there's
Yes.
only 73,000 in the business loan program.
There is 73,000 in the business loan program right now. That's more than the city has ever awarded in a budget year.
$1,000 is the limit.
Yes,
No, per person.
per applicant.
I
Yes.
was about to ask, why did we go from 50 to 73 all of a sudden?
So if you go back and look at the 2025, 2026 adopted, we adopted $50,000 for that loan program. If you look in the next column over the 2025, 2026 estimated actuals, that is how much we have actually spent.
Oh, that was confusing.
And it was only one applicant on that program this year. So we've only spent $10,000 of that money. So we are allotting more because we as a council, I believe, had a discussion that said we wanted to have the ability to put more money out, to have more options available for people. And so we upped it to
So
$7,000.
$10,000 doesn't do jack.
Yeah.
So I have a whole side of my building that needs to be done. I thought about doing it, but I'm like, well, where am I going to come up with the other $40,000 to finish it? I can't afford it. So
And that would be, so a couple of things that I would say to that is 73,000 is what's been allocated right now. The city, part of the rationale there is, as the chair was saying a minute ago, it's the goal of the council to encourage more applicants to that program. So we did increase it a little bit to your question, Member Sylvia, because we are hoping that we'll get more interest in that program, but we're also being a little bit realistic as well. But to your question, Member Brewster, if in terms of the cap, that's what's been adopted in the plans to this point. The council, the URA Board of Directors does have the ability to amend the plan and increase that if that's something that they think is worthwhile. So that $10,000 is not unreviewable.
right. I mean, that's paying.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. You're not
Yeah.
doing anything that's actual structural or anything like that. So
And to your point, Madam Chair, we do also, the URA board has approved one other application this year. The recipient is not eligible until June 4th based on when they received their, that would be the 2-year date from their last award. So we are anticipating one more $10,000 award before the end of the budget year.
And then I wanted to clarify, because I've heard two different things. One of them is 2 years, the other one's as soon as that project's complete and you can show completion, you're eligible for another loan.
You're eligible to reapply.
Right.
But part of the process when you receive an award is that the city puts a lien on your property.
Right.
And that lien is a 2-year lien. And
Right.
so you're eligible to reapply at any time your first project is completed, but you would not be eligible to receive the funds until that 2-year mark is completed.
Okay.
But you can come to if you have another
you're not gonna get a loan
idea,
for
you're
2
putting
years.
your budget together, you want to get it done, you can come to the URA board and get approved for it, and just know that you won't actually get that check until that 2-year.
That would be another point of saying that your $10,000 is not nearly enough because it's not, people can't do anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah, right now it would be a part of most projects. So
Is there anything with the committee, are they focusing on any specific, what needs to be done in this building, what needs to be done in this building, what needs to be done in this building? And reaching out to the owners to say, hey, how can we help you develop this?
that hasn't been to date. That would really, what it would really be would be the board giving the staff direction to say we would like to see that outreach occur. I don't know that that would be the board responsibility, but if setting that priority and providing that to staff would be the board's purview to do.
Okay, thank you.
I can see a problem with that right now. If we did that and started doing an outreach and say we missed somebody. What we do for one person, we have to do for everybody. And so that's where the city trying to do outreach in that way can become problematic and actually open the city up to some liability.
Well, the urban renewal's about, it's not like the whole city. It's just like,
Well, I understand that.
yeah, there's only so many property owners that you could reach out to, even if you just sent them a letter saying, would you like to have a meeting?
And if the URA board does want to have outreach be focused, that would be exactly how we would go about it, is just send a letter to everybody, because you are exactly right. We can't miss anybody. So it wouldn't so much be, I'm going to come and walk into your business, because if you're not there that day, right?
Yeah.
But we could do a letter or some other type of outreach that we know would get to everybody.
Well, maybe our director needs to put that on his little notepad to speak with the rest of the director.
And the Main Street Association would be interested in partnering with something like that.
Very good. Thank you.
There is another yet to be submitted application for that $10,000.
Awesome.
Very good.
Yes, sir, okay.
Do it best is working on getting his bids taken care of so he can submit his application.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. It would be wonderful if they were able to get that in and be reviewed by the URA before the end of June, since we have budget that has been allocated but unexpended so far. So if any member has future conversation with that prospective applicant, if we could have it in by, even the middle of June, we would have time to schedule a meeting before the end of well, now that I think about it.
1st of June.
Yeah, 1st of June, because we have to not only have it approved, but be able to get the check out before the end of the month. So yeah, 1st of June would be great. Thank you, Paul.
Because you're new, you have to understand that the minute you talk to Dave about it and it comes to us as the board, you have to recuse yourself.
You would have to recuse yourself because you're an employee anyway, probably.
That's what I'm talking about, is because he's an employee of Dave.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
And we'll be happy to talk with you ahead of that meeting, counselors, especially since you are new, to kind of go through that process, what you would need to say and when. Be happy to cover that with you.
If you're worried, I always say it wrong.
Say what?
If you're worried about how you might say it, I always say it wrong. So you live.
As long as the message is clear.
So
One of the non-required trainings that the Oregon Government Ethics Commission offers is on conflict of interest, when to declare it, how to declare it, things like that. I think it's a 1 hour or a 90-minute online training that you can do. It's really good. It's very, very helpful, and they usually dedicate some time for like direct Q&A about it too. But if you go to the other website, it's a really good training to do.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. I knew that.
Oh, that's great.
No,
No, that's wonderful.
It's no problem that you brought it up. That's fantastic. Committee members, are there any other questions on the URA budget at this time? Okay. Oregon budget law does require that we open for public comment. So I am gonna open for public comment at this time.
Before we move to
Yes.
that, do we need to vote on waiting to discuss it further?
No, thank you. They can choose to take action, but it's not required. So if there's no action to take, if there's no motion, then we're good. So I'm going to open for public comment at this time. There are no members of the public in the room at the moment. Mr. Johnson, are there any online that would like to speak?
Thinking Wendy that is online is probably our Wendy. I don't know for sure. But that's the only people that are online.
If there's anyone online that would like to offer public comment related to the Urban Renewal Agency budget, please raise your digital hand at this time.
I see that.
Very good. Madam Chair, do I have your permission to adjourn the meeting?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. The URA budget meeting is adjourned at 6:32 p.m.